spent all me money on whiskey and beer, and now I'm returning with gold in great store, and I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover, no, never, no more. I went into an alehouse I used to bring.
It's a sunny day at Trinity College in Dublin, June 22nd, and we are going to be going on an historic walk very soon. It appears that there is a graduation of some sort today from the Robes. This is the long room at the Book of Kells. It's quite a manuscript written by many, many monks in the 9th century. This is a cafe. It had originally been a house, and it's a lovely place to have a cup of coffee. Or, of course, a pastry. We're at the foot of O'Connell Street, but it is a very active and one of the more important streets to visit when you're in Dublin. So that's what we're going to do right now. This is the famous Dublin post office. This is where they declared their independence, and this is the man that did it, James Larkin. Up there is one of the Dubliners drinking a Guinness. It's Sunday morning and we are at the jail, Kilmartin House Jail. This artwork represents the patriots who died at the post office declaring Ireland's independence from Great Britain. As you can see, they're blindfolded and they all were executed. They were poets and professors. They weren't military men. They even have bullet holes around the heart area. And the people of Dublin became much more sympathetic to the cause after they realized how brutal the executions were. It's a rare, beautiful day in Dublin. They don't have weather in the 70s and high, low 80s. And so everybody's out having their Guinness stout. See, the big thing about the Molly Malone statue is all the people are taking the pictures and the antics going on about it.
Will I play the wild rover? No, never.
It is still a busy afternoon in Dublin. Shoppers abound. This is the area where we stayed. It's called the Docks. It's been restored, rejuvenated. It is now the tech area for Dublin. This is our hotel. The marker, it's quite nice. Good morning, Jonathan. Oh, you're looking for some more sights to see in Dublin today? Aha! You do a good job of that. You did an excellent job of it. We are on our way to Malahide Castle. The castle that is not in the Rick Steves tour book. We will see why.
Well, it's a nice castle, but I have to say I've seen more elaborate ones.
We're in Howth. Not exactly a lot to see in this fishing village outside of Dublin, but they say the fish and chips are just the best. So I'm going to go into the Krabby Joe's and get some fish and chips. It's Tuesday, June 26th, and we are at the Rock of Cashel. It's a beautiful day, and Jonathan is trying to take the ultimate picture. This is one of the top 3 man-made historic sites that Jonathan put on our itinerary for this trip, and it's quite amazing. Difficult to capture the immensity. It goes back centuries. First it was wood when the kings were here. The height is amazing. I probably overused the word amazing. The windows were originally as high as the cutout part, but they were shortened when glass became available because of the expense. We gave this site to the church, and the church built this magnificent structure over centuries, really starting in the 1100s. The kings were crowned in an appropriate place. This is Kilkenny Castle. I was going to take a picture, but I'd have to back up so far, so I decided to take a movie. Castles are very popular in Europe. I think I'd like a room in the round part of the tower, overlooking the city. But this tower up here looks very interesting. The Irish have done a beautiful job of restoring this historic castle that dates back to 1170. It's gone through many reiterations. The drawing room also beautifully restored. This is the library. This is a room dedicated to the selfies of the times. Everyone had their portrait painted, and they are displayed throughout this long, long room. This is called the Medieval Mile, although I don't think it's a mile, and it's the most well-preserved medieval village in Ireland. We are exploring that this afternoon. I said to Jonathan that it didn't seem to be very medieval, and he promptly replied, "It's as medieval as it gets." And over there is my knight in shining armor. This is a beautiful cathedral, the cathedral in Kilkenny. You're having a beautiful day and a wonderful time. This is sitting in St. Kieran's chair, getting ready to bless me. I'm waiting for you to bless me. Thank you. This is a beautiful church. Today, Jonathan climbed the tall tower next to Kilkenny all by himself. He went all the way to the tippy top. You notice there's only one window. It's So all they had to do to protect themselves was get in the tower and pull up the steps. Sounds like a plan to me.
And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more.
Okay, Jonathan, how do you think you're going to feel after all this beer?
I'm just hoping Elaine's strong enough to carry me back to the hotel.
Oh, and where is Chuck when we need him? Well, I think you should toast to Chuck.
I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. Such a custom as yours.
This morning we are at Kells Priory. And as Jonathan pointed out, this is definitely a ruin. This is the church near the priory. And the priory was founded in 1173. This morning, Jonathan and I are the only ones here, except for these dear souls. Now, this is what I call a tour. And here is the one tour person in this tour. Notice the lack of tour people. The major obstacle this morning is watching out for all the sheep shit. We are just beginning to find our way to the priory. Looks like it's straight down that way. Over here is the rest of the wall and the turrets. This is the priory, the ruins. And once again, I have to say, it's really nice to see something without any other tourists. It's not exactly easily accessible. And what I have also noted is there is no gift shop. It's interesting to be here all alone. All you can hear are the birds. No one else in sight. Contemplating the monks. Praying, eating, and living in this very isolated area in the 12th century. This is a very elaborate ruin with many walls and remnants of old rooms, living rooms, dining rooms. This is the church. This is Jeerpoint Abbey, said to be the best preserved abbey in Ireland, dating back to the 12th century. Monks lived and prayed here and basically brought organization and civilization to the Irish culture. It's another beautiful day in Ireland. Seems like it's in around the 80s. Jonathan is popping in and out, taking pictures of me taking pictures once again. But this abbey is quite extensive, and the ruins are quite in good shape compared to the priory we just left. Today the sun is shining and ruins look quite beautiful. I don't think that looks so nice in the rainy weather.
It's Friday morning, and we are Kinsale, an historic port and fishing village. Later today, we are going to visit a fort at the mouth of the cove. But first, we're going to have souvenirs, pastries, and then a Guinness at a local pub. Jonathan really likes the Guinness here.
We are now at Fort Charles, and this is definitely a fort that was built in the early 1600s to protect the English who were here in Ireland. This is a nice place to walk around on a Friday afternoon and see all these ruins of a fort. A lot of
These are really solid buildings.
And there's a beautiful view from up here of the harbor on this beautiful day. I can see the Spanish coming up the harbor now. This is the most beautiful Victorian estate in Ireland. This is Saturday and we've just arrived at the Muckrose house. It's a 1930s, 40s original estate in this county of Kilkenny. We're waiting outside for our tour and I just noticed all these chimneys. I never realized you needed a chimney for each room that had a fireplace. Besides the elegant Victorian mansion, there is a group of farm homes on this property. They date back to the same time, and this is a mid-sized farmhouse. And this is one of our tourists. And what tour are you on? Hello? Yes, could you tell me? Oh, you're part of a Viking tour? Well, that's good to know. Who left you there? I see you on the cart, but nobody's there. You're going to stand there and stand there. Wait. And continue to stand there for the rest of the afternoon. It's a little warm today for you, isn't it? This is the large farm. It's much more elaborate than the other two farms we saw. It's a typical Irish morning. Cloudy. We're lucky it's not raining from what I hear in all the humor talked about Irish weather. They are very proud of these lakes. This is the famous goat on the Ring of Kerry. They have a holiday on the 10th, 11th, and 12th of August celebrating the goat. This goat brings good luck. Yes, I bring good luck. I come down from the mountain. They take me down. It's a little nerve-wracking, I must say. You can see my knees are wobbling. I stand here for 3 days, but they give me a pint of ale every day, and that keeps me happy. So, you shall have your good luck early. Thank you, I found my camera battery. Ah, see, it's the luck I bring. This morning, on the way to the Ring of Kerry, we have stopped by Bog Village, a series of little cottages showing life in the turn of the century. A charming place on the ring where people come and see all these lovely historic cottages. Oh yes, I'm forging away this morning. It's a task that I do every day. The horses need shoed and people need their things sharpened. It's a livelihood. It's a one-room cottage. Quite cozy. People lived here, worked here. Not many windows and no TV, no flat screen, no air conditioning. And you get to have your pets indoors too. Boo. Boo. Oh,
Oink, 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 oink. This is the stop we made while driving the Ring of Kerry. So there are lovely beaches in Ireland. But considering the weather, I don't think they get many opportunities to enjoy them. We are at the tip of the Ring of Kerry, and this is an example of a beehive hut that were used by pilgrims and monks. The birds you see on top are only sample birds, not to be confused with real ones. And Jonathan is trying to get in my picture. Come out, wherever you are. Oh, there is a pilgrim, or is it a monk? No, it's Jonathan, running into the next beehive. Come out, little Jonathan. Ha ha ha, my little Jonathan. We have arrived at the southernmost point of the Ring of Kerry. Our guide tells us that this is, as he thinks, more spectacular than the Cliffs of Moher. Well, I guess we'll see. But these are beautiful. It's a really windy day. I suspect that there will be a lot of tourists at the Cliffs of Moher. What I like about this is there are very few people here, and it's a wonderful feel of isolation. Pretty windy here, isn't it? It certainly is. But you're used to it, aren't you? Oh, you in the back. Would you like to have your picture taken? Oh, now you're being shy. Yes, she is. She is a shy one. She is. Oh, you're a pretty one. Oh, come here. Oh, look at you. Oh, I'm gonna take your picture right now. We have this beautiful landscape at the southernmost point of the Ring of Kerry. And in this place of serene beauty and isolation, what do we have? A chocolate factory. I think I'm going to definitely visit this place. The landscapes in this part of Ireland are truly breathtaking. I can see firsthand why they call this the Emerald Isle.